What is going on, Fam Jam? It's another edition of Yeehaw or Hellnaw right here at Georgia. So today we're going to go back to Hardy. This one is going to be A Rock, which is another request from somebody in the comments. So this one is from 3 years ago. It's got 8.5 million views, so fairly known, but not to me. So this is going to be the first time I've listened to this. Done a couple of Hardy songs and enjoyed them. So let's dive on in. I don't really know what to expect. It could be really, really heavy or it could be really, really fun. So let's just check it out.
When your mom and dad are 10 feet tall, you got a superhero poster on your wall. Don't know the world's full of greed and lust. You just slide into third and ride the school bus. Wrestling is real, summer goes fast. A dollar bill feels like a wad of cash. There's war and drugs and guns on hips, but all you're thinking about's how far you can skip. A rock, a rock, rock.
Dude, who doesn't feel somewhat connected with like almost everything he said? Wrestling's real, you know, a dollar feels like a ton. Man, I wish I could go back to where a dollar felt like a ton. That'd be nice. But skipping a rock, so I think this will be that alliteration of growing up, and then the rock will be different rocks throughout your life. So let's see.
Then your wheels on your bike turn to gasoline. Get your first taste of love and nicotine. Your heart gets broke, your folks find you lighter. You lose a few fights and learn you ain't a fighter. You know what's wrong and you know what's right, but you wanna be cool on a Friday night. Somebody puts a bottle in front of your face. For the first time you're stuck between a hard place and a rock. A rock, a rock. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Yeah. Then you're paying bills and you're working hard, and you're with your friends at the local bar. Hook up with someone, tell them how you feel, and just like that it's something real. Then you meet the mom and you meet the dad, start having thoughts that you never had. Like that's the kind of thing worth waking up for. Next thing you know, you're saving up for a rock. Yeah.
I knew one of them was going to be a ring. But I will tell you this, man. A lot of this, it's very easy to connect with what he's talking about. The lyrics are not super generalized, but generalized enough to make a real connection with the song. Smart songwriting and lyric writing. But two, I'm looking at the melodies of what he's done, and I feel like none of them sound like the other ones, where you feel, you know, the Beatles had a sound. You're looking at Journey, they had a sound. All this, and it doesn't feel like he's stuck into that kind of thing. And I'm not saying any of the it's just the older bands. No, I mean Shinedown has a sound. Disturbed has a sound. But Hardy doesn't feel that way. It almost feels like he's not boxed into a sound. He can explore a lot. I'm not saying those bands didn't explore. Trust me. I know people that like the Beatles are going to come at me, but there was a sound. You could almost feel it, like, oh, that's a Beatles tune, yeah. And maybe I just haven't heard enough of Hardy to know what his sound is, but from what I've reacted to and what I've heard, there's not one specific sound, which is less constricting for an artist, which is kind of cool. So it's not any knock on any of those bands. I like Journey, I like the Beatles. Breathe. Before we start attacking me in the comments. I'm not saying I don't like those bands. I'm just saying he has less of a sound than a lot of other predominant music figures. So let's dive back in. But I knew one of them had to be a ring.
Rock, rock. And one day your breath costs life itself. Your book gets hung on heaven's shelf. They say a few words like it's a damn shame, then they lay you down and they write your name on a rock. A rock. A rock. Yeah, we're all just living life on a rock. 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 Said we're all just living life on a rock. We're all just living life on a rock. We're all just living life on a rock. Yeah, we're all just living life on a rock. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I like that one. Again, I think it goes and gives him another unique sound in the melody. I like his voice, but it's a creative way to use the lyrics to connect. I feel like there's been a multitude of songs that says, walks you through life. So the song structure has been done, and I don't think that's an overstep. I think we all know a number of songs that talk about going from newborn to kids to teenagers to adult life and everything, but it's still fun when somebody is able to pick something, a rock, and go through that structure and create it their own. It's always it's fun. It's it's the same thing as a painter wanting to do a sunset. Well, there's 1,000 or 1,000,000 different ways to do a sunset. It's the same structure. You're doing a sunset, but there's 1,000 ways to get there. So the same thing with this is kind of how it feels. The structure's there of writing a song that goes through life, but getting your own way through there and painting your own canvas. And I like it. Again, I like his voice. I think he is a lot of fun. I feel like a show with him would be a ton of fun. So if you've been to a Hardy show, let me know. I would definitely be willing to go check that out. It would be a lot of fun to go see one of his shows. So you guys tell me how they are. And that is a Yeehaw! Right here from Georgia, for sure. I like Hardy. I haven't done a ton of his, so that's why I'm trying to make up for it a little bit now. But the people in the comments have definitely been after me to get more Hardy on the channel. So that's what I'm doing. But this one just seemed it's moderately predictable in where we're going to go. But it was a fun ride to get there. You know what a roller coaster is going to be, moderately. But it's fun to still do a different coaster, a different way of getting there. And I think he did a great job. It's a little bit more lighthearted, and it just reminds me of one of the old, not gestures, but phrases or whatever, is that somebody looks at an old tombstone. And the tombstone has the name, and it says 1893 to 1974. And it takes up this much room. And you say, man, there's a hell of a lot of living in this much room. And if you go to a graveyard, do Gothic photo shoot, or visit, a past family member or anything, you look at all of them, and there's a hell of a lot of life in each one of those this much space. They had their own sunset. They had their own canvas. They drew their own life, And when you think about it as a fourth dimension of time, as much as we've advanced, I feel like a lot of the stuff's the same. You want to grow up. You want to have fun. You want to learn. You want to meet that person. You want to spend a long time with them. You want to have a good life. You want to go see things. And then at the end of the day, they put up a rock. And you did a hell of a lot of living in your 9-character space. So, cheers to you guys. Hopefully you guys are painting your own sunset and having a great time in your space. But if you guys want to go see that, the description below will have the link. You can go check it out. If you would, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. YouTube will let you know when I upload new stuff. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys. Do me one more favor. Tell a friend about the channel. See if they are willing to subscribe as well. I would greatly appreciate that as well. Share one of the videos if you feel so inclined. Thank you so much if you've already done that. This whole thing is all because of you guys. I get to do this because of you. So thank you so much. And we will see y'all next time. But until then, check out a rock. But I'm out.